Charlie is my everything. When I'm sad, when I'm having a bad day, when I'm upset about something, when I'm mad, she knows. She knows. She really means a lot to me, and she's certainly more than just a dog. She's more than just a pet. You know, she's a member of my family, and I would be willing to do anything for her at any given time. My fiance got a job here in Tampa. We're from Kentucky, so we moved down. We had been here for about a week, and Charlie had a seizure, and 5 minutes later she has another one, and another one, and they just continued, and it had been about an hour, and we had been dealing with the seizures. So I contacted a veterinary clinic because we weren't familiar with the area. I didn't even know that there was such a thing as a pet emergency clinic, and they recommended Blue Pearl. We had just moved. I hadn't even started my job yet. I just graduated from nursing school. My fiance was working and had us established well enough to function and to live, but we certainly weren't prepared for a pet emergency of any kind, especially one of this severity. So I knew that it was going to be one of those things to where we would get here and we would have to make some decisions, but I just wanted to get here and go from there. Just for the medication alone was going to cost us more than what it cost for us to move down here, and I lost it. You know, I hadn't even started working yet, and then Dr. Shreve let us know about the Hope Fund, and she reassured us that she would be able to help us with that. We probably would have had to put Charlie down. I think that probably would have been the only option. If we wouldn't have been able to get her the medication that she needed, she would have continued to seize. And, you know, it's one thing if it's, you know, if it's cancer and you know it's coming, or if it's an illness that they've been dealing with over time and you know that the end is near, you know, you can do everything you can, but this just happened. You know, it just happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, we're in a foreign place. If I would have had to come here and let her go, after only being here for a week and not really having anything together, and I just left all of my family and all of my friends, and I know no one here, I can't even imagine what that would have been like. And you know, that's of course something that was always in the back of my head, is that I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go home and I'm not going to have her.
He came to me at a very difficult time in my life. My mother had just gone through open heart surgery. I had gone through cancer surgery probably 6 or 7 months before that. And I went to bring her medicine, and he was a stray, just a little itty-bitty, scrawny thing covered with sores all over him. And I just knew I needed to take him home. And he's been with me through a lot of bad times. I noticed him not being able to urinate, and I had taken him to the vet 2 nights before, and they tried to unblock him, and I had to bring him back to the vet on Friday. I had taken off work because I just didn't feel right about things, and when I brought him in, she said he was blocked and he needed to go to the emergency vet in Tampa at Blue Pearl. So his bladder was very swollen, so she tried to take some of the urine out of it because she was afraid it would burst on the way over there. And when she did that, it must have caused a tear, or it tore on his own, whatever, and all of the poison went into his body, and he started vomiting blood. You know, you just think, I'm not ready to let him go. Please just take care of him, whatever it is. And, you know, you are thinking money, but you're not thinking money. How do you put a price on the life of your pet that you love? Then they came to me and they told me about Frankie's friends, and that the doctor has to recommend your animal for Frankie's friends, and he has to have a good prognosis, and they wanted to recommend him. And that just, it's like, okay, they think he's going to make it. They think he's got a good prognosis. That just, not only the financial aspect of it, but just telling me that the doctor thinks he's got a good prognosis just made me, it just lifted something from my heart. And I thought, okay, we're going in the right direction.
Bailey, the golden retriever, started out not eating and very lethargic. So we brought Bailey into Blue Pearl. We met with Dr. Coyle. Dr. Coyle took a lot of time with us, explained exactly what was wrong with Bailey. And at that point, we decided to go ahead and get treatment. The diagnosis was lymphoma. Sassy, some months later, Sassy had the same symptoms as Bailey. She was lethargic and didn't eat. We kind of had an idea that something was definitely wrong, took her to the vet. Again, the vet told us to bring her to Blue Pearl, and she was diagnosed with lymphoma, a little bit more aggressive than what Bailey had. Because it was so unusual, we didn't think that it was going to happen again, and it did. I had just lost my job due to downsizing. So we went from a part-time job because Larry's retired, no income on my end, full-time, part-time income, and we didn't even think of Frankie's friends. We just figured we would do what we had to do. We knew that we needed to take care of both of them. And I'm crying because of them, but I'm also crying because of what Frankie's friends did without us knowing. Dr. Coyle brought us into the office and said that they were going to take care of Bailey at 100%, and they would go ahead and help Sassy, reducing that as well. So, because it was unsolicited, it was one of the nicest things that anybody had ever done for us, and through that we were able to maintain Bailey's health and give Sassy a longer time on Earth with us.
That's the most important thing, is they stay with us longer, because we love those dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It gave us extra time with them that you can't put a price on. It was just totally appreciated by both of us, because we'd have lost them a lot earlier if we wouldn't have had them.
Whatever you can donate, $1, whatever it is, go get your band to donate for Frankie's Friends and be a supporter. They're a wonderful organization, and please, whatever you can donate, it always goes to a good cause. You don't have to worry about it not being used properly. Doctor recommended. It's helping for critical care for animals and keeping pets with their families, which is where they need to be.
To anyone considering giving to Frankie's Friends, I would say that every dollar that you give, every penny that you give saves a life. Every check that you write preserves a family, and it may just be 6 months, it may be a year, it may be 4 years, but for every penny that's given goes to giving that back. And it's not just money that you throw into a foundation that's never seen again, or that goes into some account that is spent on God knows what. It's a life that's saved, and there are people that are forever thankful and forever grateful for the things that you are doing and the help that you are giving to them.